Hey guys, it's Attacker72 here, and for today, the latest Nintendo Direct presentation. I must say, there are games that I never thought would get announced from this presentation. There are some that I definitely expected, but there are some announcements that completely left me off guard. And I must say, that's really what makes me hype about this year's Nintendo's Switch games of 2022. The 5th year anniversary of the Switch is coming out next month and all, and it's really great to see that Nintendo is giving out more hype for all of these Nintendo games and such. But that also leaves the question. There are games that many are expecting from this presentation, but sadly didn't get any announcements at all. So the question I had to ask, was this Nintendo Direct really a good one, or a bad one, or just decent, to say at least? Because, like I said, there are some that are pretty much disappointed from, seeing that there are games they expected that did not get announced. But like I said, from a few times before, you must hype responsibly so you guys won't get disappointed as much as I thought. But that's why in this video, I want to be going through all of the highlights, just most of the highlights from the smallest ones to the biggest ones that were shown off in the Nintendo Direct presentation. There's just a lot of opinions I have to say about it, and, some hype that I want to give out to all the Nintendo Switch users out there, and also we can all get, be more hype for everything else. So with that, let's just not waste time. Let's get started with all of the highlights shown off in this latest Nintendo Direct presentation. So the first thing I want to talk about are some small highlights, being Advance Wars 1+2 Reboot Camp. The game is coming out this April 8th of 2022, and they announced that the game is gonna get some voice acting. Yep, they are gonna be adding some voice acting to give the game way more spirit and some more character to all of the characters that are in there. Even though I'm not really familiar with the series at all, I'm happy for those who wanted to buy this game, and for those who really wanted to see Advance Wars once again. This will be coming out, like I said, this April, so mark your calendars, my friends. The next game that I did not expect to get announced was Portal. Yep, remember those? Yeah, remember Portal featuring Portal 1 and 2? Many might remember Portal 2, just not the first Portal, but Portal Companion Collection will be coming out this year with the two games, Portal 1 and 2. I never thought I would hear Portal once again after many years and such. And seeing them coming to the Nintendo Switch is quite an unexpected surprise about it. I really don't remember much about Portal 1, and I don't really remember much about Portal 2, aside from the fact that you just have that, aside from the portal gun, and that's just really about it. The next announcement that I actually want to talk about is Chrono Cross, which I think this is kind of part of the Chrono Trigger series. I don't really know, but this game, from what I've heard for the past few months, has been rumored to actually get a Nintendo Switch remastered and such. And like I said, I'm not too sure if this is part of the Chrono Trigger series, since it has the name Chrono in it. But Chrono Cross is a remastered game from, well, Chrono Cross, and it is known as the Radical Dreamers Edition. That'll be featuring, I think, a new edition through Chrono Cross. There was just a lot they showed off in there, and even though I'm a fan of RPGs, I could try this one out in the future and all. Plus, Square Enix is pretty much giving us a lot of hype at this point with a lot of things. Speaking of Square Enix, I expected this. I knew Kingdom Hearts Intergrum Collection is ever going to get a mention at this point. I know many do not like Cloud. I know many do not like the Cloud versions of all the Kingdom Hearts games. Like, they could have at least made Kingdom Hearts 1.5 and 2.5 remix, natively ported, and then the rest could just possibly be, Cloud versions, but it's still a little disappointing. But the game is coming out tomorrow, and I already just pre-ordered 1.5 and 2.5 on my Switch, since, I don't own a PlayStation or an Xbox after all. I just have to rely on my internet. But yeah, for those who never played a Kingdom Hearts game, or for those who never own an Xbox or a PlayStation at all, then I highly suggest you just get this game. There's currently a sale going on until like the very end of the month. Just a bit of a reminder to you all, and for those Kingdom Hearts game fans, if you don't want to buy this on your Switch, then I just recommend buying a PlayStation or Xbox after this. The next series is a return and revival game that was made by Bandai Namco. Klonoa. Yep, that's right. Klonoa is returning after many years of not getting a brand new game. Klonoa Door to Phantom Nile and Klonoa 2 Lunatia's Veil will be coming to the Nintendo Switch on July 8th. I did not expect Bandai Namco to acknowledge Klonoa. I know many wanted Klonoa in Smash Bros. Ultimate or any sort of form in Smash Bros. At all, but to see Nintendo and Bandai now recognizing and acknowledging Klonoa definitely warms my heart. It's nice to see some of these games getting revivals to the Switch and all, like Portal and especially Klonoa, and there's at least a few more games that I actually have to mention that are revivals of some sorts, Klonoa and Portal being one of them. So it's great to see that Bandai Namco is, not only, acknowledging Klonoa, but actually, giving it more to the Nintendo Switch and such. So for those who wanted to try a bit of a platformer, I assume Klonoa is a platformer, and for those Klonoa fans, you can now buy this game on your Nintendo Switch when Klonoa Fantasy Reverie series will be launching on July 8th. And now for the final small announcement for this Direct. Metroid Dread is getting free updates. Yeah, I did not expect Metroid Dread to get an update. I mean, I feel like it was fine on its own, even though the game, for what I've seen, lasts for about 8 hours and so, but Metroid Dread getting updates is something I did not anticipate it or expect. But the first wave they'll be giving out is 2 free modes. One of them being Rookie Mode for those newer fans who are playing the Metroid Dread game, like a brand new Metroid game or something like that. And then there's also the most impossible mode of all time in Metroid Dread, called, simply called Dread Mode, where any enemy or boss can kill you in one hit. So no matter what you have to do, you're gonna have to make sure this enemy does not hit you at the slightest. That definitely is called a Dread Mode for a reason. And also, this is only the first update. The second update will be coming out on April, and they'll be adding a boss rush mode. So for those who wanted to play a lot of bosses all at once again, then they'll be adding the boss rush mode right in the next 2 months and all. Metroid Dread, like I just said, is a game, and especially updates I never thought they would even do to this, since I thought it would be fine on it. It was already fine on its own. But now with the smaller announcements out of the way, we now get to the biggest highlights of the Nintendo Direct. The first one is another revival series, I guess. The Wii Sports, or as this game will be called, Nintendo Switch Sports. I prefer calling it Wii Sports, but it wouldn't really make sense since this is all on the Switch now. I never thought I would see this series again. I remember playing the Wii Sports games when it first got a part of my Nintendo Wii and all, and it'll be featuring 6 different sports. With one of them being tennis, bowling, and I think one of them is chara. I forgot there's like one more sport, but then they are adding 3 new sports: soccer, badminton, and volleyball. And there will also be a there will also be a returning sport coming this year as a free DLC update, being golf. This will be available on April 29th, and I'm not gonna lie, when I first saw these other character models, I thought they removed the Miis, which makes me think that the Mii games don't really feel important anymore until I saw they are actually still having Mii. So thank goodness they did not remove the Miis, because the whole point of Wii Sports to begin with was that the Miis were basically their own playable character. Like, that really makes me wish that Tomodachi Light got a remastered port. I really would love to see that at that point. But for now, Nintendo Switch Sports, it will be coming on April 29th with a free update coming this year. I never thought I would see a revival of this series once again. The next big announcement they showed off was Kirby and the Forgotten Land. The game is coming out next month, but they gave us more gameplay mechanics, and especially some things such as brand new hats, depending if you wanted to evolve them. But the biggest one yet that basically gives out so much meme potential is this image right here. Yep, this is not some Photoshop or something fake. This is real. This is from the trailer. Kirby's a car. This was known as the mouthful mode, where anything Kirby vacuums, something big like a car or a light bulb, can basically be that without him transforming, making a lot of possibilities. This kind of reminds me of Cappy, where you control the enemies, but instead of controlling them, you basically have a giant pink blob eating an entire car. And there are many options than just a car. We got ourselves a traffic cone, a light bulb, a freaking ring. Yeah, this is definitely giving out some meme potential at this point. But this definitely gives out the more wacky feeling of what Kirby and the Forgotten Land, and especially the cuteness of it within. I'm still scared about this, of all the memes I'm gonna be seeing though. Alright guys, for those Earthbound and Mother fans, we've gotten more news on we actually gotten some news on Earthbound. No, it's not Mother 3 getting out of Japan, I'm sorry. But instead, Earthbound and Earthbound Beginnings will be coming to the Nintendo Switch Online NES and SNES later today, which is definitely great since, I mean, the last time I remembered, I actually forgot that the NES and SNES Switch Online things exist, but it's great to see that Nintendo still acknowledges Earthbound, unlike F-Zero and all, but even though it's now Mother 3 and all, we can at least be grateful that Nintendo is still known about this series, even without Mother 3 getting localized outside of Japan at all. This will be available later today, as is shown in the release date, for both NES and for both NESs and everything else. So Earthbound fans, you can at least be happy that the game is still being acknowledged. The next big highlight was Splatoon 3, where they showed a few gameplay, a few mini-bosses, which is basically known as Salmon Run. I'm not gonna lie, it definitely gives out the more apocalyptic and, warlike feel and everything else, since Splatoon 3 definitely takes place in an apocalyptic world, so I'm very curious on how the story is still. So, in this wave will be known as Salmon Run, where, like I said, there will be mini-bosses that are salmon related and all. And Nintendo confirmed that Splatoon 3 will be having a summer 2022 release. So I assume around either May through August or maybe September. Well, more like May through August is basically the best part of summer 2022. So Splatoon fans and Splatoon 3, I really want to give this game a shot again. I only played the first game. I never played the second game. So maybe the third game could possibly get me back into the series. Another big announcement is another revival game. This will be our last revival for today, and Mario Strikers. Mario Strikers has returned, my friends. After so many years, after over a decade of only having Mario Strikers on Supercharged on the Wii, it is finally returning, known as Mario Strikers Battle League, where they have a lot of brand new mechanics. It still has the metal-like feeling, and you can customize each outfit for each characters. Character customization, online play, 8-player games, that's definitely something I would really love to see, and it's definitely giving out more potential for, a more smart sports game. Mario Strikers returning is definitely a treat, and I'm at least glad Nintendo is actually, giving more sports other chances. Like Mario Tennis, it is great and all, but I'm glad they are going for other sports rather than just tennis, like Mario Golf, and now with Mario Strikers. It makes me hope for a new baseball game at this point, but I really don't know if that's ever gonna happen. So overall, Mario Strikers Battle League, it'll be featuring 8 players in all, one character customization, and especially a more metal-like feeling. I really wanted this game to return at some point, and it's great to see Nintendo finally giving this back. The next big highlight they showed off at the very beginning of the Nintendo Direct was a new Fire Emblem game. Sorry, it is not a brand new installment to the series, but instead somewhere taking place in Fire Emblem Three Houses. Fire Emblem Warriors 3 Hopes. This is kind of basically like Fire Emblem Warriors, but now taking the story of Three Hopes. I assume from what I read from the description that this is taking place after the War of Fodlan. I did play Three Houses, by the way, and I did not expect them to do a Warriors type of game featuring 3 houses. I would have much preferred, I don't know, like a new Fire Emblem game with new characters and a story and all. But this is something that I prefer, really. Honestly, even though I'm not a fan of Muso a lot, I do want to say that Three Hopes is a game that I might want to try in the future, and this will be coming out on June on 2022, so it's what a great time for E3 at some point. Yeah, it's not the Fire Emblem game I expected, but hey, it's a new Fire Emblem game, so what am I complaining about? Alright, here's an unexpected one. Mario Kart. Nope, sorry, it's not Mario Kart 9. I basically give up on that at this point because I feel like Nintendo is never going to make a new Mario Kart game. But Mario Kart 8 Deluxe is now getting a brand new DLC pass. It's kind of like with Smash Ultimate's Fighters Pass, but instead of characters, it's now new courses. But not just new courses, remastered courses. 48 of them to be exact. They'll all be coming out throughout this entire year and around 2023. This is known as the Mario Kart 8 Deluxe Booster Course Pass, featuring 8 different cups with also in 6 waves with 48 different tracks. And so far, at this point, if you look at the very bottom, the first wave, we've gotten the Golden Dash Cup and the Lucky Cat Cup, featuring 8 different courses. One of them pairs Promenade from Mario Kart Tour, Toad Circuit from Mario Kart DS, Choco Mountain from Mario Kart 64, Coconut Mall, a huge fan favorite from Mario Kart Wii, Tokyo Blur from Mario Kart Tour, Shroom Bridge from 3DS, or should I say Mario Kart 7, Sky Garden from Mario Kart Super Circuit, and Mario, and also Ninja Hideaway from Mario Kart Tour. So we got ourselves a few courses from Mario Kart Tour. So this is not what I expect. And you know, I gave up on Mario Kart 9 at this point. I gave up on a new installment. They're never gonna make a new game at this point. But new courses, all of them being remastered, is something that I'm very much excited for. This content will be releasing in 6 waves, and this will be from March 18th of 2022 until the end of 2023. So we're gonna have a long way to go at this point. And we don't really know much about it, on what the other courses are, but it turns out, now I know some of you might not like this, but this DLC pass will also be part of the online expansion pack alongside with the N64 and Sega Genesis games and the Animal Crossing New Horizons DLC. I'm not sure how to feel about this, but I'd rather just buy the game separate. I'd rather just buy this pass separately and all. But, you know, maybe this DLC pass can actually bring me back to Mario Kart 8 Deluxe for once, since even though they don't have any new characters, remastered courses is definitely a really great thing, in my opinion. I just kind of hope they bring, I don't know, Waluigi's Pinball or some fan favorite courses in the future, but we'll just have to wait and see. And now, finally, our final announcement that was shown off in the Nintendo Direct presentation was the rumored Xenoblade Chronicles 3. I cannot fathom how very excited this is. Like, even though I never played the first and second game, the third game makes me want to try out the series. Because like I said in one of my latest videos, if they ever announce Xenoblade Chronicles 3, I will gladly buy this installment in case it ever happens. And when it did, oh boy, I am now excited to see. We got ourselves a new story, some new character designs, and everything else, and it will be releasing this September of 2022. This has been rumored for quite a while now, and to see it get announced is definitely can give people a tear of some sorts. And speaking of characters, they also just showed off the artwork for each of them. Let's just I'm only going to be showing one of them being the main character here, and I must say, I really love the design of this. The sword, the outfit, and especially everything else. I mean, it kind of gives me a bit of Travis Touchdown and Shulk vibes. The only Shulk vibe I only can get is like the sword that kind of looks like the Monado and the red vest he's wearing, because Shulk himself wears a red vest, and he basically is wearing one. But I'm not gonna lie, this is one of the best character designs I've seen in the Xenoblade Chronicles franchise and all. Xenoblade Chronicles 2 has some great character designs, but this one definitely got me intrigued. But yeah, I assume Xenoblade Chronicles 3 is gonna get, more attention once E3 2022 comes. I'm surprised we're getting a lot of games that has the number 3 in it. Bayonetta 3, like Splatoon 3, and now Xenoblade Chronicles 3. Where, like, number 3 is kind of just the lucky number for this year. After all, it is the 5th anniversary of the Nintendo Switch But yeah, those were all of the small and big highlights of this month's Nintendo Direct. So overall, what do I really think about it? Now, with some minor disappointment and all, I must say this was a great Nintendo Direct. I was gonna say decent, but this definitely got me hyped with a lot of things. Xenoblade Chronicles 3, Fire Emblem, Mario Strikers returning, and Klonoa, even the brand new Fire Emblem game. Like, I mean, Nintendo this year of 2022 for Nintendo, this is definitely going to be a great year for all of us. I bet they're going to be showing a lot more as the months go by, and I really want to say that this was a great Nintendo Direct overall. Even if you guys disagree with me, then I'm completely fine by that. But with that, let me know what you guys think in the comments section below. What is the best moments you saw from the latest Nintendo Direct? Was it Xenoblade Chronicles 3, Mario Strikers, Klonoa, Portal, or a few other games that I might not named? I want to know all of your opinions down below. And so with that, leave a like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell for more videos. And if you guys do not want to subscribe, then that's fine by me. Follow my Twitter, and I'll see you guys next time. And remember this, once a legend, always a legend. Like a Hellcat.